We're gonna do a song that you never heard before. The volume.
Here they come and get wicked. Here we go again. Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother, was happening.
What's good with you, bro?
And I'm trying a different little setup this time around, though, man. I'm sitting here. I got my stool up this time. I'm sitting up a little higher, though, man. I think I like it a little better now.
Whatever makes you happy, bro.
Yeah, man. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's straight, man. I'm not as slumped over this time around.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Hey, man. What you got on deck, though, bro? Ham? What's happening your way? Y'all thawed out yet?
No, we still ain't all the way thawed out. But then I found out my doggone shower. You know the little thing that you pull up to make the water go from the spigot to the shower head?
Yeah.
That thing broke. So I already watched the video. I'm so sick of dealing with these shower issues, bro. I promise. I still got to replace the one in the kids' bathroom, like the knob. They got a little generic knob on there right now. I bought the regular knob, but I just ain't had the time to put it in. But it's just like I said, just you fix one thing and then welcome to being a homeowner.
Never fails. There's always something. Hey, man.
What's up?
Let's get that music on one time. Let's get it rolling.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's Friday, TGIF. Listen.
TGIF.
Listen here, man.
What's up?
I want to, right off the cuff, bring in my other brother from another mother. Get my brother on here one time, though, right? Let me bring my brother in, please, sir. Shady Brady. What's happening?
Shady Brady. Hey, Mod.
What's up?
I said I'm your brother too.
You absolutely are. I don't know what he the one did the intro.
I know.
I say the same. Listen, let you know. I say the same thing to Chris.
Yeah.
I don't say our other brother. I tell Chris the same thing. This is my other brother from another mother, though, man. D, what's happening your way, though, man? What's good?
What's happening, y'all? Everything all right? How your Texas people doing, man?
You know what, man? They ain't doing quite as well as Ted Cruz is doing, but I think they're doing all right, though.
Yeah, my folks is doing good. I just actually spoke to my mom probably 15 minutes before the pod, and they doing good. I think my sister and them are still over there. So
yeah,
now my brother's out there. My brother's out there. He out there hoofing it. He out there just grilling everything, and they still ain't got no electricity.
Let me ask you: Did he go over to your pop's house to take a shower like your daddy said on the last pod?
Listen, bro, I can't confirm or deny. Can't confirm or deny. And he a grown man, so he'll figure it out. He got resources. He got resources, bro.
Hey, man, listen, let's get it. It is Friday. Listen, shout out to the girl, Brittany Rowe, checking in early. That girl is going to be ATL bound before you know it. And she hitting it on a good time because we're about to get some warm weather here starting next week. But D, since you the guest, I'm gonna kick it to you. You got to tell me the best thing you've seen all week.
The best thing I've seen all week.
Best thing you've seen all week.
Okay, the best thing I've seen all week is I got the licensing for my dealership. So that got
to be hey.
I'm doing all right, man. I'm making moves.
So good. Okay. Listen, so we this is the interesting thing, right? Because I think that we talk about this next month is going to be when we officially do it. So we definitely got to have you come on, man, because we're doing the series next month for small business owners, man. Kind of helping using our platform to help them get their business out. Tell us what they do, what inspired them to get their business up and running, though, man. We'd love to have you come on and talk about your many of businesses that you do out here in these streets.
Just two. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Skinny, what about you, man? Best thing you've seen?
I guess it would have to be that Lakers versus Nets game last night. Yeah, I just think that if we're setting up for this, LeBron versus KD them, I think it's going to be interesting just because of the fact, like, obviously they won this last game, but obviously both, KD and AD weren't there. You know what I'm saying? And of course, teams typically get better by the time the time goes on. This is a big experiment with these three particular individuals on one team. So it was cool though, just to see how happy they were and how dominant they were. And but LeBron is he definitely, he got us 35,000 points.
35,000 points. Listen, but also all-time leader in turnovers.
Yeah, just kind of like Brett Favre was.
Listen, we got to talk about that, right? Because I think that one of the things that I wanted to add, one of the things that I don't know if I was the only one that caught this, right? But there was a point in the game where Kyrie LeBron is taking the free throws for the Tex, and because they ain't no fans in the game and you can hear everything. This boy Kyrie kind of looked over to the side like, this your best free throw shooter, right? And so I was just sitting here dying laughing at that because, listen, man, is Kyrie just like jealous of LeBron, bro?
I've told you, Kyrie has a little brother syndrome. Like, here's the thing. I told you, I'm never going to talk about his mental health stuff. Whatever he got going on mentally, that's over there. I'm just talking about my observations, right? So when he was with LeBron, he was tired of being little brother. Go ahead, young man. I'm training you to be the best you can be. Like, LeBron's looking at it like, look, I want to set you up to be an MVP. I want to set you up to do greater things in the future, blah, 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 blah. And Kyrie's like, no, bro, I'm an equal to you. Like, I'm not your little brother. I'm your equal. He goes over to Brooklyn and he's with KD. And so you see KD clapping at him during the game. Like, bro, you blowing this. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Kyrie leaves. Again, I'm not talking about the mental health part, just what we see. So he getting little brother. So then they bring in James Harden, which has been rumored that KD wanted him over there too. So then when he starts seeing how KD and James is playing together, like, oh, they don't really need me. Now let me get my behind back and prove my worth. Now I'm back to being an equal because now either one of them can take off a night and, they can get out there and do their thing. And so it's working well. So,
D, what you think?
I think Kyrie has been told his whole life that he's the best thing on the court. I remember Mark Jackson talking about an AAU game where his son's team was like blowing him out. Kyrie came in at halftime and they wound up losing by like 20. Kyrie lit him up. But I can't disagree with Ahmad. The dude doesn't seem to know that he's valued. He seems to need all kinds of validation from folks. And at this point in his career, he's already solidified a solid resume. Remember, when he went out the first championship against the Warriors, they lost. He comes back the next year and they win. What else does this dude need to feel like he's a part of a group? He just seems like he's an emotional wreck, dude. Like,
well,
you know, and again, I got
to real quick, D, because when he went to Boston, right? And then that year he got hurt, and then them boys went to the Eastern Conference Finals. And then the year he was there, they couldn't do anything, and they struggled because he was trying to big brother them. Like, no, I'm the vet, I'm the champion. Y'all gonna listen to me. This is how I do business. So I agree with that. But go ahead, keep going.
Yeah. No. I mean, I was literally wrapping it up with what you were saying. I don't want to speak to what's going on with him mentally. I mean, I'm not qualified to diagnose his crazy. I can't diagnose my own crazy. So I definitely ain't gonna try to diagnose his, but he has everything that a player needs: the accolades, the ring, the you know, his peers respect him, but it just never seems like it's enough. It never seems like it's enough for him. You know,
I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on that, D. I think that the reason I think that what Kyrie is looking for, to me, is all-time great validation, right? Like, so to me, when you think of the Cavs winning that championship, everybody looks at that as like that was LeBron's greatest championship, right? That was the one that meant more than the Heat 2 rings, right? And everybody looks at that as the LeBron, but nobody looks at it like Dirk getting his first ring and only ring, right? That's Kyrie's only one. And I don't think that people look at that the same. And I think that Kyrie feels like his one ring doesn't have the same value as Dirk's because Dirk did his while being the guy, right? And I think that Kyrie is looking at his like not that my ring got an asterisk by it, but it would mean more if I got this ring and I am the guy. The odd part about it is I think that he feels that way. And at the same time, he knows that he won't get it by himself. So he had to get a KD.
But no one does. But no one does.
And no one does. But I think though, and no one will, but I think, right, I think that to some degree, Kyrie has that kind of Russell Westbrook competitiveness where he would rather win it being the guy. But I think that he can't, but at least, unlike Russell, he at least recognized that it won't be, that he can't win it by himself.
No. Time out.
Listen. Let me tell you. Stop me when you hear a lie.
I did. That's why I stopped you. Because this is the thing. How you gonna sit up here and try to say that Russ won't recognize the fact that he can't do it by himself when he has constantly been paired with superstars? It's not that the problem is he just didn't want to be in Houston. There's a complete difference.
It's different. And listen, what I mean by that.
Tell me how that's different.
Let me tell you why it's different. What I mean by that is that it's one thing you win in a bunch of games. What I'm saying is that in the moment, when it counts, shots on the line, 5 seconds left, 10 seconds left, Russell Westbrook, I don't care who. If he's out there with James Harden, if he's out there with anybody,
James Harden
did
nothing, bro.
Listen. What I'm trying to,
like I did.
I understand what you're saying, though, Ace. But there's something. Listen, no, you're not listening. What I'm saying is that there's something to be said with the fact that, yeah, he said he didn't want to go ahead and play with James because he didn't like all the other stuff and all the treatment. But at the same time, Russ also did do, like you said, and gave the shot off to James Harden, and James Harden was missing him. But I think the part that I think you're missing in this whole thing is that while he left for those things that they say, I think at the same time, when Russ says, no, I want to go somewhere and play my game, to me, I look at that and say, when it's on the line, I want to be the one that's taking the shot. So I look at that as Russ saying,
Charles's ideology of listening.
I'm telling you what, because I'm telling you what Russ can't say.
No. This is what you do all the time. I don't care what player in the league that says what they mean, and you go and have your favorite interpretation on what they're saying, and that's not what they're saying. He did not say, I want to be the one to take the last shot.
I read between the lines, bro. Reading between the lines means, listen, reading in between the lines means that KD left because because he felt like he cannot win a ring with Russell, and he never had to say it, but everyone knew by him leaving that he did. No, but that is my point. He doesn't have to say, I can't win with Russell for us to know that he left because he can't win with Russell. He didn't have to say it. You can read in between the lines. So to me, when I hear Russell say, no, I want to go to a team where I can play my game, that also means that to me, it doesn't matter to me if I win a championship or not. As long as I get to play how I feel like I did and left it all out there, that is what matters to me. So Russell saying, so to me, the Kyrie, where I pair those together is because I feel like at least Kyrie was able to recognize that there is a certain way that you have to win the ring. And I don't think that Russ has ever Russ may understand that, but I don't think that Russ has quite put that into play.
So
that's what I'm saying.
That Russell Westbrook doesn't want to win. That's what you're saying.
I don't think that Russ is willing to win a championship the way that everybody else is willing to win a championship. It has to be, to me, and listen, and Russ has never told me this. He's never said it in an interview. But to me, my thing is that when you, and for the same reason, right? For the same reason why you can look at James Harden and you say, dang, James Harden, you ran off a prime Dwight Howard. You also ran off Chris Paul, who had you one game away. Now you've ran off Russell Westbrook. So you've ran off 3 Hall of Famers. You can't also look at Russ and say, Russ, you ran off KD. Russ, you just said you don't want to play with James Harden. That matters. That has to stand for something.
So him playing with Bradley Beal currently and him letting Bradley Beal take these last shots in the games. So so again, he's not trying to win.
Get them in the playoff, and that matters. These regular season games, listen, Bradley Beal was averaging 30 points before Russ got there. What I'm saying is this.
Right, and he didn't come take over the team.
No, listen. When it matters, that's what I'm saying. If they make the playoffs, you get them in a playoff game, and if you get them if you get them down by 10 points, I guarantee you Russ is going to resort back to what Russ does, bro. That's that's who he is.
So when they played the Nets, that's what he did.
No, you talking about regular season though, bro. I'm talking about playoff. You
and I know that Russell Westbrook looks at that Nets game when they're playing against KD like that's his championship.
He can't, but listen, here's the point. Only Russ did. All the other people who got rings on that court never looked at it like it was that big of a deal. That's all I'm saying. Listen. At the end of the day,
go ahead. Nah, go ahead and finish your point, Charlie.
Listen, at the end of the day, this is what I'm saying. I think that at the end of the day, I know my game, right? So if at the end of the day, if the game's in clutch, I know that I'm not the best ball handler. I can take somebody off the dribble. I'm not the greatest three-point shooter, but you're not going to see me get out of my element. I don't think that that's Russ's case. I think that Russ feels like, no, at the end of the day, I can take anybody one-on-one. I'm going to make this next shot. It doesn't mind that I missed my last 10 threes. I'm going to take another 3 to win the game. And I think that that's just who Russ is. And I love Russ's effort. I love what he does on the court. But at the end of the day, I think that Russ's mentality is what gets in the way and not his talent. And part of his mentality is feeling like he has to win it Russell's way. That's all I'm saying.
And you're wrong. What's up?
He's proved me right every time.
CV, I think KD is probably the weakest barometer for you to gauge against Russell. That dude argues with 16-year-olds online, right? So let's say this, right? KD had the exact same issue at Golden State. Strong personality approached him. He walked away from that situation. Nobody told him he had to leave. No one expected him to leave OKC. That was a blind side for the whole city, right? So he goes to Golden State. Him and Draymond Green start getting into it. Now the emotion starts coming out. I don't want to play here anymore, right? How do you go from going to the team that beats you in the playoffs and probably the weakest NBA move ever, and then leaving because the same team that coveted you no longer likes what you're doing, right?
I can't even defend that. I can't defend that any.
Now he's in Brooklyn, right? Now he's playing with the Nets. So dig, if Kyrie continues to act the way that he's acting, and if James Harden starts to go left, then what happens What's KD gonna do then? Go to the Celtics? Go to the Lakers? What's he gonna do?
See,
so I just think it's a bad barometer. I think it's a bad barometer to gauge Westbrook against. Now, I will say this: as far as Westbrook is concerned, I think Westbrook is so headstrong. And in the NBA now, it's not 10 years ago, 15 years ago. These dudes are soft, dude. So if Russell comes out, you know what Russell's knock was in Houston? He said he was in there practicing while these dudes was at the strip club. If I was Russell, I'd be pissed too. I would never want to play with anyone who's not matching my hustle. You wouldn't want to be married to a woman that's not matching your hustle. You wouldn't hang with a mod if he's not matching your hustle. Russell didn't do anything but come in and try to change a culture of laziness and mediocrity. I don't care what anybody says about James Harden.
Listen, shout out to
because all he is a scorer.
Shout out to Brittany Rowe, who's litty in the comments, but I cannot stand.
That's not true.
People say that Russell Westbrook is a stat chaser. I hate that.
Not a stat
with a passion. And the reason why I say that because I think that here's my thing. I think that you may be aware. You can't tell me that at any point on the court that LeBron James doesn't know his stats. I mean, LeBron James knows. LeBron James understands it enough to where it's no coincidence, right, that LeBron is playing more minutes than he played last year, right? Because he's trying to top Kareem, right? So now he's shooting the three more because the math easy. Do the math. The more threes is better than twos, right? So he's aware of that. I think that when you get when it comes to your stats, when you're Russ and you might be like, damn, you know what? It's halftime and I got 7 rebounds, right? Or it's halftime, I got 6 assists, and and I know I could have already had 10, but guys missed it. I think that Russ's effort commands triple-double numbers on a nightly basis.
Right.
And I don't think that you can necessarily say that the thing that makes me mad about the Russell and the stats, right, is that they people only discount it or discredit it when it's Russ. But anybody else who gets it, when the Joker gets it, it is a big deal when Joker gets a triple-double. Every night they talk about it. But when Russ gets it, it's like, he's chasing the stat.
See, Brittany, if the triple-double was that easy, then more people would get them. On a
Lou Dorn would get it. My boy Lou.
I just don't even acknowledge him when he do that. And Brittany, the other thing too, when the coach draws up an offense, because what it is they're trying to get a fast break. So what happens is if you have your point guard get the rebound, Russ can get down the floor before any person. So that's the way the offense is designed. It's not that he's padding his stats. You think Russell is constantly thinking about, let me get this rebound. No, that's the way the offense is designed. So I can't let you talk about it.
It's something to be said, right? And this is the thing, and I hate to, and I don't want to make it seem like people who don't play basketball don't know what they're looking at. I hate to go there. But what you might watch Joel Embiid might not get 10 rebounds in the game. He might get 7. He might get 8. So for a point guard who's 6'3" to get 10 rebounds, 12 rebounds in a game, that's hard. Like if the balls don't you got to go after the ball. And so I think that, you get Joel Embiid is 7 foot. He might not get 7 rebounds some games though, bro. That's effort, man.
The other thing with Russ is I think is an unfair advantage is because people like to bring up the whole PG thing. PG was not healthy in OKC. I told you, Charles, personally. Oh, he gonna walk off. I told him personally before PG came out and announced that he had to have shoulder surgery on both arms. I told Charles, listen to what I'm trying to tell you. He has shoulder injuries. That's why his stuff was all taped up like he was looking like Jax off of Mortal Kombat, because he couldn't even lift his arms before the game. And they hadn't reported it. They hadn't even came out on SportsCenter yet and talked about that. And he don't want to hear me. PG was not healthy the whole time. He finally took the time to get his arms right. Now look what he's doing over there at the Clippers. He hates PG, bro.
I know
you put me. No, I love PG, but you put me in a position where I'm not gonna even go there. Listen, I'm not gonna go there today. right? Yeah. But let me ask you this: All-Star starters were announced.
Hold on, time out. Hold on, Charlie. Hold on. Okay. Brittany, why don't you call my phone right now? Call my phone right up. Call my phone. Don't be walking off. Call my phone. I'm gonna call you right now.
Oh my gosh.
I got to hear this. I gotta hear this.
She says, I have an inside source that is verified that Russ chases stats. He goes into the locker room and checks his stats to see what. Listen, listen, man. Do you know how hard it is to get 10 assists?
This is Ace Kennedy from the Slash Brothers podcast. Who do we have on the line?
This is Brittany.
Hello, Brittany Rowe. What's going on with you?
Hey. Oh, not much.
Okay, sure. so back to this comment of yours of you have verified sources that Russ is padding the stats. We need to hear about this.
Yes, I used to have brunch with one of the players very often on the Thunder. And I'm not going to name the name because that person is still on my social media and I shared the video. But yeah, they used to tell me all the secrets in the locker room, and that was one of them. I didn't think Westbrook was a stat chaser until I heard what he does when he goes to the locker room, and I was like, "That's stat chasing."
Okay, but Brittany, let me ask you a question. Did you hear Charles earlier when he says that? Do you honestly think that all the players don't know their stats when they are going to the locker room?
I think so, but when you're purposely looking for a triple-double stat, like he was going for that record on purpose, like he was going for it and would stop doing all that he was doing when he got it. Like he would have players tell him where he was on the assist numbers. Like he would, like that is stat chasing. Okay,
but Brittany, so LeBron James just hit 35,000 points. Do you think he didn't know that he was that close to the points?
I think he does, but I don't think he started off his career like, I'm going for the 35,000 points. Like I think
time out. Because LeBron has come out and said that he is chasing a ghost of the GOAT, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan didn't even know he hit that number.
No, but Michael Jordan is retired. So if LeBron's coming in the league saying he's chasing this ghost, then isn't that setting himself up for what he's trying to accomplish?
Listen, I can't argue with you about LeBron because I'm not a LeBron fan. So everything you say about LeBron, I will agree with you. I don't like him, so I will agree with you on that.
No, it's cool. Hey, I definitely appreciate your insight, and no, we don't want you to name names because we need you to keep having these sources, and we of course always appreciate all
Brittany
of it.
Rowe.
Hold on, Charlie.
Brittany Rowe, you need to tell your inside source to get these triple doubles that Russell Westbrook gets, since it's so easy to do.
My inside source is no longer with Thunder, and he's doing amazing. So,
boy, you better not be talking about Kyle Singler.
No, no, my inside source is better than Westbrook, but cool.
Well, Brittany, we sure do appreciate all your comments on the Slash Brothers podcast, and we thank you for calling in. We so much appreciate you. And
anytime.
Brittany Rowe, I appreciate that, but you gotta get out my face with that. Get out my face with that.
Goodbye.
All right, see you later.
Get out my face with that, man. Listen, bro. Ahmad, listen. I'm talking about, you know how hard it is to get 10 assists passing to Kyle Singler, bro? Like he ain't at Duke no more. That's what we talking about. He's passing at the people who can't score.
There is not a person alive that can ever tell me anything bad about Russell Westbrook. It's just not gonna happen. Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, and Shai Gilgeous Alexander. Y'all can miss me with all of that.
Oh my God. Listen, let me ask you though. All-Star game starters were announced, right? Yeah. One thing that stood out to me is that there was apparently a tie between Luka and Dame in the West. Do you guys have any issues with these all-star starters here?
I don't, because
we got in the West, Luka, Steph, LeBron, Joker, and Kawhi. In the East, it is Kyrie, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Giannis, and Joel Embiid.
I mean, bro, it doesn't bother me at all because for one, it's a fan vote, and number two, the players didn't really want to play this year anyway in the All-Star. Now, I understand it's a big deal to get named to the All-Star, but I mean, if you're named as an All-Star, nobody remembers who started, who didn't. They remember that you were an All-Star because they say, "Oh, 11-time All-Star," blah 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 blah, and they remember who won maybe that year. So it's like for me, if that now I know Dame likes to use stuff to then start his revenge tour. So if that's what he needed to get Portland to the next level, hey, I'm all for it.
The revenge tour. Anyway, hey, let me say one thing about the comment Miss Brittany Rowe made. Said she had a verified source. Just in life in general, you can't argue opinions. And someone telling her that Russell was stat chasing was an opinion. There's no way to prove or authenticate a statement like that, And anyway, if he's having lunch with her, what the hell are you doing talking about Russell anyway? But let's move
on. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this about these All-Stars. Listen, bro, I understand that Kyrie is playing like an All-Star level, but Kyrie basically should Kyrie be a starter though over James Harden?
Nope, he ain't been there.
He ain't been there for one, but James Harden is the point guard, right?
But that's the thing, though, bro. That's exactly it's a fan vote. So that's what I'm saying. The fans don't care about all of that. It's what have you done for me lately? Not the.
I didn't know that Kyrie was that popular. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like I know his shoes. He got the dope shoes, and they're the most customizable shoe. I didn't think that. I didn't, bro. And listen, I think the part that I did know equally, though, man. Like I see Dame Lillard on Hulu has more than live sports, like every other commercial. So I didn't know just on a fan vote that Luka is more popular to the fans than Dame. I just thought that Dame, I don't know, man. I thought that Dame was clearly an all-star starter anyway. I think he'll make the team.
Let me ask y'all a question. Did either one of y'all vote?
I voted yes.
I did not.
I voted for Dame.
I know what it is, though. Growing up in Boston and being a Celtic fan, I know exactly what it is. Y'all know what it is too. But the bottom line is, if you get a guy from Europe that plays well, that's exciting to them. Dame's been in the league. The only thing he hasn't done is won a championship, But he's been in the league for so long that people know his game. This guy's a fresh face. He's young. He plays that European style of basketball. And we ain't the ones who buy floor seat tickets. So the votes aren't really coming from, people of color, black folks, and we don't support each other the way that they support him. So, he gets a lot of airtime, and he's good. Let's not take anything away from him. He's an excellent basketball player. But, again, I'm from Boston. The hype on Larry Bird, like Parrish wasn't there, Maxwell, Archibald, you know what I mean? That whole frame of mind, it's not going to change anytime soon. So of course they voted him in.
And the other thing too is that with Dame, he's been snubbed on the All-Star thing for almost his whole career. Like back even when him and Russ used to go at it, and they're like, "Oh, I can't believe he got." So the thing is that this is a continued storyline for Dame, and it's also good for the NBA because it's like, oh, now that's another angle that they can bring every time he plays the game. And if Dame goes off and he goes to Dame time and all this stuff, oh yeah, he's thinking about the being snubbed for the All-Star.
Marketing.
Yeah, see, I think that this is the thing about it. I look at it like this, though, bro. I think that Luka I've watched Luka play, and I've just watched Luka have a bunch of bad games that I haven't seen. I've seen Dame, who's been playing without CJ McCollum almost all season. I've seen him play without Nurkic for like half of the season, and they're like, I think they're like the number 5 seed, and he's doing he every single thing. I saw Dame score the other day like 40 points and still have like 16 assists, bro. I'm like, what? But then I've seen Luka have some games where he go like 1 for 10, 3-point shooting, and his numbers, while he's averaging like 29 points, his statistics are probably some of the worst that he's actually had. So I'm just like, maybe it's just fan votes, and people are just saying, well, this is who I just like. It doesn't matter what his numbers say. I'm just tripped out.
It falls back to what you said, CD. It falls back to what you said earlier when you made the statement that you don't like to tell people that if you never played the game, that's what it is. That's what it is.
I hate that. I hate. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate when I hear somebody say that somebody in the NBA is trash, bro. Because then I'd be like, bro, let me see your left hand layup drill before you tell me that somebody is trash. I need to see you do a left hand layup, bro. I hate that so bad. I hate it so bad. I almost listen. I kind of went. Somebody said something. This is how I'm in one of these. Shout out to the homie Mark Nurse. Added me to that the NBA war room. And some of these dudes that are in here, bro, they just be talking. They bring up the dumbest thing and they will go hard in it. Somebody says LeBron is so not creative that he thinks it's still cool to do the Karl Malone hand behind the head dunk. And they were adamant about this. And I was like, time out. Because if you've never done it before, you can't understand why somebody. I still think it's cool. If I get up and I dunk and I do the mailman dunk, I'm out here walking off like I just did a 360. I think it's still that cool. But if you've never dunked before, you can't. So I try not to just look at people and say, bro, you ain't no hooper. So come on, man. But I got to start seeing these left hand layups though when people say somebody's trash though, bro. Listen, do y'all have an issue with the fact that Kawhi Leonard is not low managing, but he's missed a few games? Like, how much does that factor into what you think somebody who makes the All-Star team, things that they should fulfill? Like, is there a minimum games that you think, like, nah, bro, Kyrie missed like 10 games, though, bro, and he's an All-Star starter. Do you think that that's like fairness?
I definitely think, like, even you look at AD, right? He's been injured and is going to be out for another month. If he would have made the All-Star like starters, I would have had that's when it's just like, bro, come on, like it's a popularity contest. That's what it is. So it bothers me though.
For that reason, Ahmad, that's why it doesn't bother me. It's a popularity contest. I just don't. I mean, go ahead.
So here's what I'm wondering. So the flip side to that is that the All-Star reserves, that's probably the part that I'm usually more interested in the people who aren't the starters, because those are the people who, while I think that there's some fan votes, I think that that's also some coaches that put into that. And there's a lot of people this year, golly, that are putting up career numbers. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, who do you think? Who have y'all been watching that closely this year? And some of these numbers, who do you think is going to get left off, and who do you think is going to make it like a first-time All-Star?
I would like to see Randall.
Lou Dorn?
No, Randall. I'd like to see Randall get it. I'd like to see Shea get it. I think that Randall has just been playing very well. So I would love to see him get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something, and y'all gonna be like, hell no. Ball. That boy playing, man.
Which one? The little brother?
Little ball down in Charlotte, man. Yeah. He's better than I see that dude in the All-Star game. I think he earned it.
Okay,
honestly,
so
I think he.
I think that he hasn't been a starter, but for maybe the last 10 games, though.
I don't care. He earned that starting spot. That's why he's starting now.
Oh my God.
That boy's balling. That boy's balling. And look, anybody that brings excitement to a team, anybody that puts, sells tickets or brings up your ratings, that's what he's doing. I mean, like him or not, that's what he's doing. That dude is coming out there and playing ball, dog. He's doing his job. No fanfare, no drama. He's not over the top. He does his thing and he goes, he's what's the thing, the hard hat and the pail? He's his lunch pail and his hard hat, man. He putting up numbers, man. And he's making his teammates better.
Hey, listen, man. I feel like this. This was crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Way better than I thought. right? Because every time I've ever seen him play, he's looked like he's been playing against people that he was clearly way better than. From the very first time I had ever seen him play, it would almost be like if I was playing against a bunch of fifth graders, bro. Like I should be showing out. But I got to be honest, I am surprised that I love the alley-oops that he throws to Bridges, but I wouldn't say that this year, like if you're talking about all-star reserves that are playing point guard, I think that they're going to pick the boy Ice Trey. The boy Trey's going because Trey's averaging almost 30, bro. So I don't know how you leave him off.
Well, again, it's a popularity contest.
Not the reserves, though. The reserves aren't by just vote.
Yeah. I get that, but still, you don't think that popularity comes into play? Again, this is the NBA. It's marketing. You can't tell me that even though they're voted on by the coaches, that there's not some sway here and there where someone can say, "Look, he's a better draw than Trey is. Put him on." You know what I mean? It can happen.
I think that Dr. Zach LaVine is averaging almost 27 points a game. I think he's gonna end up getting left off again. I think that the bad part about it, though, man. Oh, you know who I do want to see make the All-Star team. Probably one of my favorite players is my boy Jaylen Brown for the Celtics. I like him primarily because I've been following him since he was in high school. Like when I started really keeping up with basketball in Georgia. Once Landon started playing AAU. And he was on the AAU circuit, and I was watching him like, whoa. And so he is one of the first people that I saw from the new Atlanta scene for basketball, though, bro. So I've been watching him for a while, and I'm loving his jump because I thought that Jason Tatum was so much better than him last year, but he still was my kind of player, right? But I'm glad to see that he made that next level jump up to where I think that he's playing like an all-star, though, bro.
I agree.
Yeah, and like I said, I know I'm a homer, but I definitely think Shea has definitely did a 180 with the way he was played. I think Chris Paul had something to do with that. I mean, obviously, now that he is the face of the franchise, I think he's definitely stepped up and done his thing. And he averages, roughly 25 to 30 a game. So he puts up the numbers.
Is he averaging 25?
Shea gets busy, bro. And the crazy
plan, bro. I ain't know he averaged 25.
Let's just pull it up. We ain't gotta argue about it. We just pull it up. But
you lucky my Wi-Fi going slow, bro.
Huh? How am I making your Wi-Fi going slow?
I said you lucky my Wi-Fi going. Yeah. Doc, if he's averaging 25, I'm missing it because I've been so blinded by my boy Lou Dort, bro.
Oh, finally you want to call his name right.
It's because I just saw his name. He's averaging 22. That's higher than what I thought. That is more than what I thought, bro.
But I mean, I know he has put up. Cause see, yeah.
Listen, man, let me tell you what I think is crazy, though, bro. This is one of those things that I just thought about, though, man. Like, that man is averaging 22. I didn't realize he's only 22 years old, bro. Like,
he's getting busy, man.
He
really does get busy.
I think that he bloomed kind of late. Not that he was building and building and building. And I think that it's good to see him averaging 22, though, like that.
The thing is, you got to look at two, though, right? He was traded from the Clippers when they were high on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Goes to OKC, and Chris Paul is still there. And Chris Paul was the face. So it's like he was grooming him. He groomed him that whole year. And everything he showed him, the stuff because he wasn't playing like this last year. Now, this year, he's like doing anything he wants on the court. Like, I'm blown away because I used to compare him to like Fox and all of them boys. My boy from Memphis, John Morant. I used to compare them. I compared him to him, and I was like, bro, he is getting killed by these young boys. And then now he's actually doing stuff this year. Like, his step back game is crazy, bro. Like,
I just don't know. I don't know if I got Shea as high as I got De'Aaron Fox, and Ja Morant.
But have you watched Shea play though?
I've watched Shea play. I've watched their games. 3 games that I see, and he did ball out. But listen, De'Aaron Fox is one of my favorite players. He's probably like my five favorite players, and has been. He's another one of those guys that I've been watching since he was like in 11th grade, bro. So he's one of my favorite players. And Ja Morant, while I've been watching him since Murray, right? That guy, I look at, oh my gosh, though, man. Like, I gotta watch some more Shea games, because I just see them two and what they do just look effortless for them to get their spots and their shots.
And that's the same way Shea has been this year. I would agree with you last year, but this year Shea does some stuff that I'm just like, bro. And the crazy part is we play very well without him, but it is clearly like it's amazing to see what he was from last year to this year and his evolution. Because like I said, his 3-point percentages went up. The fact that, like I said, he has this pullback, bro, and he's not afraid of anybody. I've seen him go at LeBron. Like, I know I'm a homer, but at the same time, I respect the way his game has improved for this year.
Lou Dort, he's improved.
Now, D, we brought you on here for a very specific purpose. We wanted to get some insight on your boy, Boosie.
Boosie's at it again. Listen, listen, when they put a mic in front of Boosie, he gonna give you something. And I think that Boosie is becoming more and more known for
I'm about to be smart and intellectual.
Instead of wipe me down, instead of INDEME, he's becoming known for these hot takes. D. Boosie got on Vlad TV. Hadn't gotten arrested for being on Vlad TV, by the way. And Boosie basically talked about Michael B. Jordan dating Lori Harvey, who we seem to talk about regularly now, right? She's a regular on here, right? I think I may have changed. I may have changed my position on Lori Harvey after all the times we've talked about it. But Boosie says, listen, a guy like me wouldn't date a girl like that. I might just try to smash to see what everybody else is talking about. But it would take a simp like Michael B. Jordan to go ahead and date a Lori Harvey. What are we doing about this, bro?
Simp.
I just think it's
super simp.
Is he simping?
Go ahead.
Big simping.
I'll let D for I'm gonna let him go first. Go ahead, bro. It's all good.
Listen. Listen. You know what the defense is of Michael B. Jordan is he's the hot thing right now. If Michael B. Jordan was Tay Diggs, people would be calling him a simp. Bruh, any woman, I don't care who it is, any woman that dates a man and then dates his dad is a capital THOT with 2 exclamation points. Bruh, how you gonna be messing around with a bunch of dudes in the industry that dap each other up and then try to make it? You know what this one person said? This girl was like, oh, she's only dating. Those dudes don't only date. Diddy don't only date. Trey Songz don't only date. They knocking her off, dude. It's like at this point, it's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway, dog. It's awful. It's awful. So for him to go to someone like that, and I think one of y'all said earlier that, you know, he probably was just trying. He was probably just trying to smash. But we don't go public with the ones we trying to smash. That's not what happens. I'm not holding your hand walking by Ahmad, Charlie, Ryan, Derek, and all y'all dudes already know what I know. He's a simp. Plain and simple, he's a simp, bro. What does she have? What black voodoo, what black magic does this woman have that she keeps getting these dudes to run around?
All of them have gone public with her, though. When they were smashing and whatever they were doing, all of them, not just Michael B. Jordan, all of her relationships have been public.
And you know what else? All of them left.
Your Honor, I'd like to come to defense for my client, Michael B. Jordan. Here's the thing about Michael, right? I think that they had an adult conversation and said, listen, I have a past, you have a past, and I want to be with you. That's the bar. We're gonna put that in the song. But what I'm saying is, so you look at if you look at the rumors that used to come out about Michael B. Jordan, right?
Yep, I was gonna say it. Go ahead.
Yeah, basically your brother was not with none of the sisters. He was
exactly
white chocolate. And so the fact that Michael B. Jordan can pretty much have any woman that he wants, and he chose her, I think says enough that look, and he's public with her, especially because if you go watch any Breakfast Club interviews or any interviews really with Michael B. Jordan, they ask him about his love life. He don't really answer the question. He moves past it. So the fact that he's public with it, I think that again, it's like, look, I don't care about your past. I have a past too. We grown ups, and hey, you're a beautiful young lady. I'm who I am, and let's make this thing work. That's what I feel.
Here's why I stand. I mentioned here, if everybody else, when she first started dating these public figures, right? When she first started dating Trey Songz, let's go back. She was dating like a soccer or race car driver. Then she dated
Hamilton.
Dated Trey Songz. Then dated Future. So at what point do they qualify as the simp? Maybe they got on the train early, but then does Justin Combs, after having seen her with these guys, is he a simp also? Is Diddy also a simp? Because
Diddy is the king of simps. He's the dog. If you date a chick that Landon was dating, we're no longer friends, dog. You can't explain that.
Time out. I got a question for you. Is it? Are we looking at? Okay, let's just say this aside, because you said that she was the stage boss of all the thoughts. After you ran through all the thoughts, she is Optimus Prime. My question for you is this: are we only looking at her like that because she is a female? If this was a guy. Do you listen? Hear me out. If you tell me, Charlie, I'm knocking down this broad, she's like 25, 30, right? 30, let's say 30. 30 a good average. 30-year-old, you knocking it down. You break it off with her. 6 months later, you say, bro, you ain't gonna believe this. Her mama trying to get at me though, man. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this one on down. You told me you just knocked down the daughter and the mama.
Listen to what I said. That's apples and oranges, my brother. If my son is dating a chick, what you're saying is completely different.
No, I'm asking you. I'm saying if you were the one that's dating. If you were the one that if you were her, if you knocked down a girl and her mama,
right?
Are you a male thought?
Absolutely. Here's the thing. This is my thought process on it. When women say, oh, well, guys are doing it, so why can't a girl do it? There's some things that girls shouldn't do that guys do. There's some things that men do that women shouldn't be doing. Just because men are doing it, it doesn't mean that women should be doing it. That thought process, it eludes me every time. But look, I'm only saying that she is what she is based on the crowd of dudes that she deals with. If she dated 100 dudes that didn't know each other, that weren't industry dudes, that wasn't this, wasn't that, I mean, she can do what she wants. My thing is, it's almost like she's in a room with Ahmad as a date, as his girl, and she sees you, and she hatches a plan to go from him to you.
Well, hold on. I am the Beyonce of sequence, so that might be an upgrade to her. That's a win. That's a win, bro.
That's look. When I say that she's a thought, I don't know this woman. don't take that as a literal statement. I'm simply saying that it looks bad because she's moving in an industry where dudes know one another.
Listen, Damien, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
If Ace Kennedy came and told me I was messing with this girl, and a year later, 6 months later, say, hey man, her mama tried to slide in my DMs. So I had to go ahead and knock it down. Single Ace Kennedy, by the way. Let's put that out there. Disclaimer. Ace Kennedy, what do you think the first thing I'm gonna say to you is?
My ninja.
Followed by what the mama looked like. I gotta know. It's gotta be a bad. This gotta be a bad mama. Different. If you just smashed
we're different. We're different.
Listen, if I told you Bernice Burgess has a daughter who almost looked exactly like her. She's about 25 years old, right? Bernice is about 40-something years old, 41, 42. And if I was dating Bernice's daughter and I wasn't serious with her, we just a couple of months, we kicked it, but I knocked it down, right? 6 months later, Bernice is in my DM. I said, D, I got the original. I had to knock it down.
Charlie, I can't emphasize this enough, right? I don't want to know nothing about no chick that you or Ahmad bust down. Do you understand that? That's nasty, bro. Again,
you guys talk. No, you know. Come on, D. You guys talk. Like, I mean, guys. People always want to say that you don't kiss and tell, but yes, guys talk though, bro.
Of course they do, but that's the point. Like, let me ask you a question. You're Michael B. Jordan, right? You get into an argument with this young lady. Let's say not an argument. Y'all have a heated discussion because we're adults. We don't argue, right? You're going to tell me that there's somewhere in your mind you ain't going to want to bring up the Diddy Jr. conversation, bro? Like,
I can't.
I'm just saying. I didn't say you would. I didn't say you would, but it would cross your mind.
The minute that I called her my girlfriend, right? Because that means that I've accepted that about her, and I wouldn't hang it over her head, nor would I even think
what
that
man accepts that though. Only a simp accepts that, bro. That's why you asked me a question. Only a simp.
Is she off
you want to
limits?
Defend your client a month?
Listen, is she off limits then to the music industry?
But
she's off limits to anybody that I know, that I deal with. Anybody that I deal with, if I'm cool with them, my dad, my brother, Ahmad, Charlie, like you can do what you want. Ultimately.
I understand that. But I'm talking about going forward though, right? Because now that's on her resume. Like she did that, right? So regardless of what she does to update her resume, I can't defend. I could defend her dating all these people and sleeping around if that's what she's doing. What I can't defend is the Diddy and his son. Like that to me is the number one red flag on her list. But my thing is that that's always going to be known. So does anybody who date her going forward, do they wear the cap of being a simp?
It just depends on who they are.
How?
It depends on if it's I just explained that to you. You're being combative, and you young fellas, man.
No.
Hold on. I just said
isn't a singer or actor. He's an actor, not a rapper.
No. Listen to me. The entertainment industry falls under one umbrella. Actor, musician, whatever it is, they fall under one umbrella. That's why they got the Tonys, the Grammys, and all this stuff, because it's under one umbrella, right? If you win the Mark Twain Award, it's because you're the best comedian. You win a Grammy, it's musicians. You understand? That's one umbrella. If she dates a dude in corporate America that doesn't covert and hang out and shake hands and exchange ideas, that I understand. Let me ask you a question, right? What is her real last name?
I believe she got adopted by them. She changed her name to Harvey. It's not original. She's not an original Harvey.
That's my point to you is this. It's a plan. It's a hustle. Everything is a come up. Listen, Charlie, I don't care who is with Neek if you break up. Landon is not changing his name to anything other than Venus. The same thing with Ahmad's children. You understand? So when she changed her name, that's a come up. That's a come up. So what does she really have to offer other than the physical in her looks? What does she have to offer in a relationship?
Well, apparently a lot. Apparently a lot. But here's my thing though. What does Kim Kardashian do now? She didn't before she got bread but she was a face, right?
I hate the comparison. Everybody always goes to Kim Kardashian. Let me tell you what Kim Kardashian did. She got fucked on video. She got smashed on video to go to be able to do what she's doing, right? After that, she absolutely parlayed that sex video until a TV show, a brand, video games, modeling. She did a whole lot of other things besides just being the chick that messes with black guys. I'm not a fan of Kim Kardashian's at all, right? But I'm saying that's always the go-to. The go-to is Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian is worth $300+ million. It's really not the same conversation, bro.
She's the gold standard. Kim Kardashian to me is the gold standard for when a girl own when her talent, her thing, right, is her looks. And Lori Harvey like this. It's almost like Paris Hilton, right? She's an heiress, right? She doesn't she has old money, right? So but she's famous for being famous. I think that Kim Kardashian, while she has parlayed that into other ventures, and she's worth a lot of money. But I mean, she didn't get there on talent, right? It was just she got a look. And so I think that Lori Harvey also is doing the exact same thing to where she is known for her looks. Now, what she does in the bedroom may be a whole different story, but apparently it's enough to keep inquiring minds wondering why all these guys are trying to slide up because
here's why it's different. But here's why it is fundamentally different. At no time was that Kardashian chick with someone for their money. She always had her own money. She was worth more than Chris, the dude, what's his name from the Nets? She was worth more than him. She was worth more than him. He got money when they got divorced, to prove my point. He got money when they got divorced, right?
Lori Harvey she's come from a well-off family though. So she's not with these guys for money.
No. She's not from a well-off family. Her dad was a drug dealer. She's not from a well-off family, Charlie. She's from a family. Her mom hooked up with Steve Harvey. They don't listen. If you look at Lori Harvey's, her mother's net worth outside of Steve Harvey, it's not even close. It's not close. The one thing I submit about this Kardashian chick is that she is always, with the exception of Kanye, and at one point she had more money than Kanye, she is always the breadwinner in her relationship. So she's not going about it trying to get money from these dudes. She's doing it for whatever reason, but it's who had more money than her other than Kanye at this point.
I get what you're saying though, bro, but you can't tell me that when she was down with Ray J, she had more money than Ray J.
All of them are opportunists.
That's my thing. Right. I understand, but it's taking advantage of the opportunity. It's making listen, but everybody isn't going to be able to make a sex tape and then take off and blow with it. But I think my thing is that I think the reason why it's a fair comparison with Lori Harvey and them is because you don't know Lori Harvey from a thing, right? She's just a good looking girl that you see on the arms with a bunch of guys. And I think that while I don't think that that's all that can be said the same with Kim K, how they became famous is very much the same.
Right. Well, let me say this. I agree with you wholeheartedly, right? But you said earlier, it's not easy to get a triple double. If it was, everybody would be doing it. Okay, so how many? Let's say Amber Rose. She's right along. She's in that arena, dog. What is she worth? She's not worth $300 million. If it were that easy, then there would be a bunch of chicks. All of these IG chicks talking about they don't want to be objectified and blah blah, and they going on there half naked. I mean, come on, man. If it was that easy.
I get what you're saying, D, but at the same time, they're trying like everybody. There's no cookie cutter way to make it happen. And so the thing is, the difference with Lori Harvey is right now she is the hot name because rappers are putting her name in songs, and her name constantly stays in the media. Amber Rose kind of died out when she had her child, or whatever like that, and she stopped doing those little stunts to kind of like
back. She's back with him. And listen, say what you say. Listen, say what you say about Amber Rose, but she has parlayed that to being worth $12 million, bro. It's something. Yeah. It's more than what she was having before she was with Kanye.
Only
let me say this, right? Let me clarify something, because when we started off, we're joking, right? My only issue with Lori Harvey, my only issue is Diddy and his son.
I agree.
Whatever else she does, I'm joking around and we're having a giggle at her expense. But let me clarify something. She is an absolutely beautiful woman. I don't know much about her because I don't follow her like that. But I only take umbrage with her and Diddy and his son. That literally is it. Everything else that she does, Michael B. Jordan, Trey Songz, it's the industry. It's no different than these basketball players dating each other's girlfriends and wives. And I guess it's just an industry thing.
The NBA has a pool of 25 women to choose from. All of them have been with the same 25 women.
And one of them is old girl. Oh my gosh, her name just left me. The one.
Pippen's wife.
Pippen's wife might as well be. She's in the pool. Khloe Kardashian's dude, her girl, what's the girl who she smashed, who let Tristan smash? She's in the pool. Yeah. There's a pool of about 25 women that all NBA players date for at least 6 months. It comes with the contract that you got to pick from these 25 women.
Stupid.
I think that the thing about it here, man, is that I look at it like this. I always say when it comes to checking the box, right? Lori Harvey checks the box on all the things that you normally would think fly. She's a good-looking girl, right? She's been proposed to before she turned 30, so she's not crazy. Somebody felt strongly enough about her feelings-wise where they wanted to go ahead and say, nah, she got something I need to take off this market ASAP. Now, her dating around, I would imagine, bro, that she's in her 20s still, right? And so I figured that once she thought that engagement didn't work out for whatever the reason is, I thought that she says, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and what they said on Insecure. I'm about to go ahead and go through my whole phase. She's doing what I thought that girls would do if you're not 30 and if you don't have any obligations, right? And I think that this is her saying this is my path to finding the one. So maybe to her, while we look at her as thotting herself out, aside from the Diddy, right? But if she's just sleeping around, it's just she's doing the same thing I'd imagine that most girls could or would do. It's just she's doing it publicly. But the thing that is just indefensible is the Diddy and the son.
That's my only thing. I think all the other stuff is just like, it's just perception because she's a public figure. Because you ain't talking about the chick that's smashing the dude from Kenny's Shoes. You ain't saying nothing about her.
Listen, hold on now. Because the dudes from Kenny's Shoes dudes. The dudes from Kenny's Shoes, they got a pretty strong resume. Them boys from West Telemarketing, they got some resume out here, man. Hold on. Out to the boy from West, man. Come on.
Some Air Force boys, I'm telling you.
Listen. Get a boy some Kenny's Shoes, they props. They ain't famous yet, but they got a resume.
They got a resume.
Listen.
So Ahmad,
what's up?
Let me just say this, and then I'm gonna sit here and let y'all do your thing. Y'all work at let's say XYZ company, right? Top floors accounting, third floors marketing, second floor sales, CEOs at the top floor. We're down at the grassroots level building the company, right? Let's say Stacy is in the cubicle across from us. You date Stacy Ahmad. It happens. It don't work out. Now she's on the second floor dating somebody else. Now she's on the third floor, the fourth floor, fifth floor, gets all the way up to the CEO's office. I'm just curious. At what point we all work together? We all been at the barbecue, the company picnics. At what point do you look at me and go, yo, man, this chick ran through every floor in the building? At what are you saying that that's a conversation that never happens? We never talk about it.
I have a personal experience to where I got fired because
listen here, listen, Ace, you are reading my mind. That sounds like West telemarketing, bro. That sounds like West.
My God, yo,
I got fired because my boss was trying to get my girl, bro.
Regular, what you just described?
Yeah.
Is exactly West telemarketing, bro.
West telemarketing all day long, bro.
Listen, West telemarketing from 1998 to 2001, that is what you just described, bro. Where we've seen girls who have talked to guys who were new hires to team leaders, to team managers, to department managers, all the way to branch managers, bro. And everybody just sit there and watch the show, bro. Shout out to West for building these careers and strengthening these resumes, bro.
Look, it's so bad that I talked to the girl again and told her about it. She's like, I don't remember that. I bet you don't. I bet you.
Oh my God, so regular. Listen, D, let me put some context to it. West telemarketing. Listen, bro. West telemarketing is a call center that was back in Killeen. And we Ahmad and I worked there, but everybody, if you were young, if you were like in college, if you were in high school, you worked at West Telemarketing.
$7-8 an hour.
$7-8 an hour. I remember one time, bro. I was making good, but they switched it on over. They switched the commission over where I was a top seller, man, for long distance for AT&T, bro. And they switched it over where you would be able to make your commission if it was more than your hourly rate. So I was banging, right? We out here killing it. I'm 18, bro. I think I'm easy clearing at that time about $1,500 a week. 18 years old, right? Me and the homies got the home. Me and the home got the headquarters jumping off. We out here balling out here at the West Telemarketing, though, bro, right? And some people, sales and everything like that, telesales and things like that, just wasn't their bag. So you saw a lot of people coming and going, and there's every week, every month. You see turnover, but with that turnover, you walk past the training room and dudes just looking through the window and you scouting because you thinking like, listen, as soon as she hit the floor, I got to see what's happening with that ASAP. And it was almost like a meat market. You would walk past the training room on your way to the break room. And you would be able to look and see. And sometimes you may only get the look at the back of the girl's head. But at the same time, you had that little look and you was just like, hey. And so at the time, though, bro, that was a regular thing that dudes was waiting. And sometimes it was so small that, you got a bunch of high school people, and the night shift was where it was the young crowd, because this is everybody who got home from school, who was going to college during the day and everything like that, though, bro. And then on the day shift, it was like all the old heads, all the people who they sent the kids off to school, they went to work, and then they would get off and everything like that. So big age difference of, you talking about grown in the day shift. Night shift, fighting in the parking lot, people's cars getting broken into. After the night, the shift's over with. Music bumping in the parking lot, people getting picked up. You got somebody who got the 1989 Honda Civic with 212s in the back of the speakers banging. It was, and listen, what a time to be alive in 1999 working at West. Let me tell you, bro. Oh, it was the life back then, though. But it was a regular. To see them girls go from training room, team leader, manager, department manager, branch manager. Run through, bro. What a time.
I got my answer.
Hey man, before we wrap on up, what you got going on this weekend, D?
I'm gonna work tomorrow, man. If I work, the owner of the company needs some construction work done, some paving done at his house, and he pays 8 hours. If you do 2 hours, he pays 8 no matter what. So I'm gonna go on and do this 2 hours and make 8. Then I got a car to paint. Charlie, I'm painting that C10 this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm painting the Chevy this weekend, Mod. And then I'm getting ready for my little baby. She your niece Tierney's about to turn 3 on the 5th of March. So I'm prepping for that and getting everything situated, buying everything now, getting it out of the way. And we're gonna do a little soiree. Other than that, brother, I'm enjoying life. What are y'all's plans? What y'all got going on?
Oh man, I'm hoping that Deuce and them, they're in the playoffs. So hopefully we'll get the chance to see him play tomorrow. So that's the big thing. Other than that, church and just getting ready for next week.
But I think I might have to slide out of town though, man. I got some unfortunate news about another funeral that I might have to attend, but I think that I may have to go out of town just to check on some folks though, man. And that's maybe going out to Tampa, bro. Outside of that, man, I think I'm gonna be in the lab because I was working on this song. It's cold too. I'm gonna have to sing you the beat. Let me tell you, you gotta tell me if you can hear this, if you can hear it good. Watch the beat drop in. I've been having my producer ADD, so I've been all over the place with some production here lately. I'm trying to record.
I'm coming to see you, man.
Yeah. We out here, man. Let me let you hear something else. Hey, this is me on my. I've been playing around, man, with some new drums, though, bro. And I was telling you that the analog drums that I got now, bro, that bottom just hit a little bit harder, though, bro. Drums is hitting though, man. Yeah. So I've been loving that though, man. It was like I got a whole new toy to play with though, bro. So
that's what's up.
It's supposed to be warm this weekend, man. So I might finally go on out here and get out and wash my truck too, man.
Yeah, we need this ice to melt. The snow.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, man. On that note, though, listen, before we go, shout out to my brother Chris Weston, man. I saw that for his daughter. We mentioned that last week, actually on this Tuesday, that he unfortunately had his daughter passed, and he had to bring her home. And I was very proud of my brother to still go through, and I was proud to see how he handled himself through the funeral services. The family, you can very easily tell all the way from the streaming of it that she was, very loved, cared for. But I think more than that, you never have the words that you can tell somebody to help them deal with it. But I do want my brother Chris to know, if he sees this, how proud I am of him for keeping everybody at ease through the funeral services. It was a visible difference that I saw when he got up and spoke after emotions were very high during the services. So I'm super proud of my brother Chris. If you see him, I know that he's probably still not taking so many calls right now, probably not returning any at the moment. But I was proud of the homie though, man, for how he handled himself with it. Very proud to see Lil Chris and see him up there with the bass in his voice. And I'm looking at Chris, and I'm just proud of his job, proud of the dad he is, that his son is out here holding it down. So I smiled for a moment during the funeral services. Just proud that my dude was holding it down though.
Yeah.
So,
and to the other kids, Kayla and TJ and Tapton. all of them got up and spoke about their sister. So it was real dope. And Chanel got up there and spoke, and it was, you know, she got to let off some emotion. So it
absolutely.
Yeah. And shout out to everybody that was able to make it out there to go and support. So that was dope.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man. With that, we out.
On that note, get that music then, Maestro.
You good, man.
Yes, sir.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest.